when you look at everything right now, black rules everything.
Mm.
When it comes to fashion, black. When it comes to everything, black still
Music,
stands
yeah.
out.
Welcome back to Satisfashion UG TV. My name is Lina Twine, and we are here with our August cover feature, who is the amazing, illustrious Elijah Kitaka. Elijah, welcome.
Thank you so much.
We're so excited to have you here today.
I'm excited too.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's a good day. It's a sunny day.
Yeah. How did you enjoy like the photos and trying on the different fits?
Uh, I feel like the expression of the whole production we had uh, was more of a love symbol. These artists who love singing about love.
Mm.
So I was excited about the kind of outfit I told you about, which was my second outfit.
Yes.
I had this kind of vampire
Mm-hmm.
kind of look. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it was nice.
Yeah, I was
Uh,
also excited about that one because
yeah,
that really came into character.
yeah, yeah, and I feel like at some point love can go dark. You know,
Right.
yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I kind of imagine with that kind of show.
Mm. Okay. Let me just get into it. I want to first go a little bit earlier into your career. You started out by playing drums for some other established artists.
Yeah.
While you were, you know, in that position, did you ever imagine yourself being on the center stage?
Uh, as my journey moves on, I think music is something big, you know,
Mm,
and I had it in me that I would sing, but I didn't know which time it would be. And growing up, having all these experiences, you know, my background starting as a drummer and moving on, having a few times with one of the greatest artists of that time when I used to play drums.
mm,
I think it was inspiring, you know, kind of being in the story of artists like them,
mm.
and me also trying to be confident about who I was.
Yeah.
Yeah, my kind of ability of singing. So I feel like it was a good time for me,
Mm,
though there are always like hard times as well, you know.
yeah.
Uh, Doing music requires money, requires knowing certain people, you know,
Mm,
people that can put you there. And yeah, I feel happy about how far I've moved
yeah.
from where I started from.
Yeah. Definitely,
Yeah.
it's a fast change from where that was. But how do you think the experience prepared you for where you are now?
The kind of experience is I think I got the strength from seeing other people getting stronger.
Right.
You know, as a drummer, you get to see the backstage. You know, you're actually
Oh.
backstage,
Mm,
and you get to see how an artist breaks down maybe
yeah.
when something is not perfect or something.
Mm,
So I feel like observing all that kind of thing and even the humbleness from all these people taught
yeah.
me a lot. It's not all about. I know there's a lot of power in music, but
Mm,
it's not about the power.
yeah.
It's about the personality.
Yeah.
You know, your personality, the way you think, the way you take yourself. All those things are important.
Mm,
You know,
yeah.
the power is strong. You decide to use it in any way you want.
Right.
But
Yeah.
the most important thing, you need to love yourself,
Mm,
your personality. It needs to be, the power needs to
come from within.
respect
Yeah.
you as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it changed my life. That's why
Mm,
I'm so humble when it comes to being in studio,
mm,
producing music, coming out to sing for the crowd. You know,
yeah.
yeah, it's an amazing experience for
Yeah.
me.
And you don't give me diva vibes at least. So
Yeah,
no, like sometimes. Anyway, I guess it's with the personality of a person because
yeah,
sometimes someone will reach a particular stage and it's just like nothing is perfect. I need
I
this like
know.
this. I need this like that.
I
But
know.
yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Um, I assume being a drummer, has been beneficial with you also producing music, like on the
Yeah,
production side.
yeah.
How has it?
Uh, Drumming is like being a drummer in a band. it's like, a drummer holds the band, the drummer maintains the tempo in order
Yes.
for the band to be in sync. Everyone relies on the drummer.
Yeah.
So as I went on, like being a drummer to being a producer, I feel like it's not even about only the drums. It's even about the people I've been with bassists, keyboardists.
Yeah.
I've learned a lot from being as a group. There's a band now called Double Black. I've been with those guys, I think, for 10 years now.
Okay.
It's the band that plays for me.
Yeah.
And having them near me is also like important, having a journey with friends you've really fought with to be somewhere. So drumming in production is like the base of the beat, percussions, and when you go out there in bars and everything, people are taken by the percussions, the drums, the beats, the bass. So I
because you
feel
have to
like
get people moving first, and then they'll listen later.
So I feel like I'm safe when it comes to being in studio, trying out things, trying out different sounds. All these are sounds.
Yeah.
Sometimes we record table sounds. And, we put them in the record. So
okay.
It's just being open-minded.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. I want to ask about you being a software engineer. Was that your plan B?
As a kid who was growing up in Uganda, education is something important,
True.
And it's something you can't really
go without.
You grow up, you need to go to school. You grow up, you start thinking of what you want to be, So being a software engineer kind of came like, I love computers. When I was young, I used to really love computers, phones and all that. So the first thing I really wanted to do was fashion before going for software engineering.
Yeah.
But in the kind of generation, like back then when I was growing up, it was so hard to tell a parent that I really want to go and learn how to be a tailor or something.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
To be like, the parent would be like, what did you just say? But I love the fact that now art is also important. People are really opening up their minds to see that there's another way.
There's another way
to also like make money, be a person in life, have a purpose. And I feel like software engineering still helps me use apps for music, softwares, so it's easier for me to adapt to it easily.
Did you ever work in the field, or did you just go get your degree and then you're like, okay, let me do what I actually want to do?
It was actually a degree, and
it was just that.
It was just
I understand.
Because when I was actually doing my course, I was already in music, like being a drummer. I was kind of busy.
Okay, when did you start drumming?
So I started drumming at 7, but professionally I started drumming like 2012.
You were at what stage? Because you say you were. Was it in uni or before that?
In uni. Professionally, I was in uni, and I started like
okay. You mentioned something interesting, that you wanted to do fashion first. And then you didn't. I understand that you style yourself.
I do.
Tell me about your love for fashion. Like, where did it stem from?
I feel like my fashion sense is a story of me growing up. It hasn't been so easy for me as a person growing up. I come from a very religious family, which is so deep into religion, and me as a person, there's a way I kind of see the world. I'm an artist. I like, my vision for things is different,
right?
And I feel like there's so many people out there that are locked into not being themselves. It's so hard to decide to move on from something you're born from and starting a path of your own because it's what you believe in.
Yeah.
So it was kind of a hard time for me growing up, leaving home, going into the music industry, I had some scandals with my parents, and,
Yeah.
but now we're okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so coming back to fashion is me expressing myself the way I am right now.
Yeah.
Waking up in the morning, do shorts, waking up in the morning, just do me. I feel like so many people out there are not free enough to express who they are because they have fear.
Yeah. Not of fear.
Or
and Uganda is very conservative
they feel
itself.
like, they feel like it's discomforting in a way to society. But being yourself has to start from you. You need to be comfortable as a person before you even think about society.
Yeah.
So that's the kind of person I am when it comes to fashion. I just like expressing how my mood is. When I feel like going a certain way or like putting on shorts, I'll do that.
Yeah.
If I feel like walking without a shirt, I'll do that the next day.
Yeah.
I feel like everyone deserves joy in their life before anyone says anything about you. Yeah. So
you derive joy from fashion.
Fashion is like my freedom.
Yeah. Wow. So if you had like a line or a design brand, what are the kinds of things that you would be making?
I think I'll be making all kinds of things. Businesses grow from something little to something bigger.
Yeah, but I know like especially a lot of Ugandan creatives find themselves in that spot, in that tight spot where it's like, am I making this piece of art for commercial purposes, what actually pays, and what do I actually want to make? If you had like that freedom of saying, okay, I want to make this, whether it's like very super weird and couture or not, like what kind of clothes would it be for men? Would it be for women?
I think I would love people to embrace exactly what I would put on the table. I would do clothes for both men and women.
Yeah.
But I would love people to embrace my art. I wouldn't,
right.
It's so weird when you look at the people
and then design from
and then design for them. You're supposed to design from yourself so that people can see exactly the design.
Yeah.
People that would understand my kind of fashion are people that are supposed to be free. Their souls are free. They don't think too much. They just want to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like my cloth line would be more of freedom. If you feel like you're free in the world. Yeah.
Like who or what inspires your fashion, kind of sensibility? Because I mean, sometimes it comes from within, but is there like someone you see doing something or something that really makes you want to connect to fashion from there?
Fashion is just like music to me, I listen to a lot of music as a person, like listen to a lot of genres of music. Today you're gonna find me listening to rock. That time I'm gonna be listening to Congolese music, and that time I'm gonna be listening to jazz.
Yeah.
You're gonna just pass by my house and you're gonna listen to orchestra music, and you're gonna be like, some guy listening to. But even in fashion, I appreciate every kind of person who is different, who is unique. It takes my attention. You know? Anything unique, anything unusual is kind of my thing. And I love getting inspired through what I see. Then I think about it in my own way. Are
there standouts that come to mind internationally or even locally?
Let me say anyone that is creative, anyone that is smart. You might be on the street, you might be at an event, you might be a big star, you might be anyone. As long as my eyes just look at you and they're like, I'm inspired already.
So recently you had a clothing item named after you. I'm sure you're aware of the Elijah Kitaka shorts. What do you think about that?
You know, me and Shots, like we have a kind of long story.
You go way back.
Yeah, we go way back. Even when I was still playing drums, I used to follow like
Yeah.
Shots.
Mm.
Even on big shows, like guys would come like putting on like long trousers, and I would come in a
Yeah.
very short shorts.
Yeah.
Of course, by then, every time you get like into the limelight, so many things also open up. Just like the way fashion came back to me, because as an artist, you need to look good. So I feel like it's another way of expressing
your style.
Yeah, the other kind of thing. So the short shorts also just came in because
Yeah.
Ah.
And then jewelry. You're big on accessories. I love that. And then it's like every single time we see you, there's a new piercing, there's a lot.
Yeah.
Why do you love them?
I just set myself free.
Yeah.
You know? And I love jewelry. I love especially this color.
Yeah.
Brass.
The girly brass, yeah.
And these things are my favorite because they remind me of the times, we weren't there. They remind me of the times when we were slaves as Black people. And after, when you look at everything right now, Black rules everything. When it comes to fashion, Black. When it comes to everything, Black still stands out. So these chains just remind, this sound, I sleep with these things. I don't take them off.
You don't take them off, okay.
So this sound just reminds me of freedom.
Yeah. So at some point, someone did not have the choice to have them on. Now you intentionally have them on. I love that.
It's kind of freedom. That sound just reminds me that I'm free, as a person.
Okay.
And I buy this from
Shwanda collection. Yes, we collabed with her today because I've seen that you wear quite a number of her pieces.
Yeah.
How did that start? Like,
I got this in Bagamoyo, so that's where the story actually developed from.
Yes.
Bagamoyo is kind of a Stone Age town, and it's kind of where slavery took place in those days. Yeah. So I was kind of into that kind of emotional moment.
And it made sense for you.
The story.
Yeah.
When I connected with my story of growing up and trying to set myself free,
it makes sense.
Yeah,
so it adds up.
People criticize me about my pins, and most times they call me gay or something.
Right.
Yeah,
which I don't get.
It's just an expression.
Yeah.
It's just an expression.
Yeah.
That is exactly what I keep on telling people, that you don't judge a book by its cover. Understand
where it's coming from,
understand
and what
the story
is
behind that before you even start.
Okay. And the shades, you're rarely seen without shades.
I'm a shy person. Yeah, I'm not so shy, but I'm shy.
Yeah. How do you push past the shyness or the anxiety maybe of performing in front of a lot of people?
I close my eyes on stage most times when I'm singing.
Right.
Even when I put on shades, I still close my eyes. But I feel like with time you go on learning how to be with the crowd, I feel like connecting with the crowd has so many certain ways, Sometimes you can just go on stage, stand, sing for the crowd.
Yeah.
And that's where the energy is. Sometimes you're just gonna maybe sit down somewhere and just sing.
Right.
Yeah. I feel like it's every time I go on stage, the air I take in from the crowd and all that just tells me what to do. Yeah. It gives me the confidence, seeing people enjoying my art.
Right.
It's kind of deep,
Yeah. But how did you evolve into that? Because at least from the few other interviews I've seen of yours, you mentioned it's something that would give you a little bit of anxiety earlier on.
So I feel like everyone gets anxiety the first 2 minutes or 3 minutes on stage.
Yeah,
you're trying to read the crowd and the crowd is trying to read you before like you kind of connect together,
yeah.
And sometimes the crowd is even so excited to see you.
That it overwhelms you.
Yeah, and you're scared. You're like, wow.
You're like, how am I going to give these people what they want? Oh my goodness.
But after some time,
Yeah.
it feels nice, you know, having people in the same frequency as you. It's amazing for real. Yeah.
What's your favorite stage to perform at?
Surprisingly, like Blankets and Wine was a very big stage. Like okay, well, I remember the time when I reached Blankets and Wine. I think that's when Cautions. Yeah, I performed the Blankets and Wine when Cautions was also performing. And trust me, it was a very big crowd. Very big crowd where you could look at it and be like, yo, this is too big for me. You know? But it's also a good opportunity because you're gonna so many different kinds of people are gonna get to listen to your art. You know? So many people don't know you.
True. And they'll get introduced.
Yeah, they're gonna get introduced. So I feel like it was a big step for me to just have a crowd like that. To see thousands of people in one place. I'm like,
yeah. Do you prefer like bigger, you know, crazy stages or more intimate events?
Intimate. I really love people just next to me.
Being,
yeah. I feel like I love that more than just being up there on a big stage.
Yeah. What did it feel like the first time you heard one of your songs out in the wild, like not something of they have prepared that they're going to play your music, blah blah blah. Like I don't know if it was on radio, if it was, you know, seeing someone just use it on their TikTok or something like that, or playing in a bar. What was the first time? I don't know if you remember the first time you had your music out in the wild.
I think it was my music was, you know how those days when I just started making music, my first album, Son of Kadoli. Before I think 2018 I was already like writing songs, having like I was shy, okay. At that time I couldn't be like, you know, I'm gonna start singing and all that.
Yeah.
But after some time guys were like, you sing? You sure? So the band guys were surprised, like, I sing.
Yeah.
You're gonna sing? I'm like, yeah, I want to sing. And I started joking. The people took it like a joke, you know, and they started falling in with me. And I felt like the vision had people trying to see even further than me.
Right.
And after some time, I started like releasing music. So when I released my first album, I started like getting some few interviews and all that. My first interview was at Radio City. Slaughter Eli was the guy who actually got me the interview. And I have a song called Mulido off my first album. Yeah. It was the first song to be played on radio. Yeah. It was exciting. It was kind of new being on an interview as well. So yeah.
Did you feel like, oh, I've arrived?
I'm always laid back. Like, even when I'm excited, I don't show I'm excited. I'm just excited within. Yeah.
Okay, but it's still exciting. Okay. I want to know about the behind the scenes. Of course, if you have, you know, the secret sources and whatever, you can keep that under wraps. But I'm saying, from completely nothing to a finished song, could you like roughly walk us through the process of that?
Okay. There's so many different kinds of, you know, processes.
True.
As an artist, I love humming on my phone. I can start with a melody or a bass line or percussions. So it starts with my phone most times. Or sometimes I just love walking in with the spirit in studio, you know?
Right.
Where I could find my way inside when I'm just, you know, starting a beat. I don't know where I'm going. I don't know, you know, where I'm going to end up. But when I actually make the beat, you know, try the percussions, get chords for the beat, you know, And after I find myself getting a story related from how inspired I am and what I've also created, the beat can take you places.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's that part. Then there's a part where sometimes you already have like you started like singing the words.
Yeah.
You know, maybe you're home, maybe you're
Yeah.
just there. You put them down, and after like as an artist, you already have like you're playing the song in your head, and as a instrumentalist, you can play some piano on whatever words you have
Right.
inside, know the progression, and see where it goes as well. You know, put it down. So it's easier that way. When maybe when you go to studio, you already have like a structure. But most times, the most weirdest structures of music is when you go to studio.
Yeah.
You don't have any kind of story,
Yeah.
but something takes
Just
you
like,
there.
let's go. Let's
You know,
see where.
yeah, the story comes. You know, you see it as an artist. I'm more of an imaginary composer.
Right.
You know, I'll just paint a picture in front of my face.
I did want to ask that. Is it
Yeah.
like mostly fiction, or is there a muse behind the scenes where you're like, oh, I really want to write, let me say, a love letter to this person, and it comes out from there? Or
That's exactly. So when I'm at that microphone in studio, I try to paint a picture in front of me. You know, if it's like writing a love letter to someone, I make sure I am imagining of how I was writing that letter, how it would feel writing a letter to a person you love. You know, how that letter is gonna delay to reach the person,
right.
and you're trying to figure out why that person hasn't received the letter because you meant everything you said.
Yeah. Why
You
they
know?
haven't responded yet? What are they
And
going
now
to
just
say?
imagine if
Yeah.
that letter doesn't reach that person. And that's the story of the song. You put in all the work, and maybe at some point you delayed to really express yourself to this person.
Yeah.
So I feel like music has to have a story, like an imaginary, that could, if a person listen to a story, they'll know like this is actually relatable.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But me personally, I wouldn't think of something, let me write about this.
Right.
I really want to get confused in my creation.
So you haven't written about any exes?
I really don't want to write about sadness and all that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, but
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes we also need, a heartbreak anthem.
I'm not really a person.
I mean,
for
Kampala
heartbreak
is very,
songs.
random.
I
So
feel like I'm too.
optimistic.
If I sang a sad song, I would go really deeper because
Yeah.
which I don't really want.
I feel like something that the people need.
My that side.
At least one, because hearts are scattering.
I'll actually do an album about my dark side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What part of the creative process is your favorite? Is it the singing? Is it, producing this finished product? Is it like the bass line, the rough draft? Which is your favorite part?
I think it's the final song. Yeah.
Like seeing it all come together.
When everything is together
Yeah.
and you have it, you have the spark.
Yeah.
When you leave studio, you're gonna listen to that jam like
Right.
over 1,000 times just to know it's the right jam.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. It happens a lot, when we create songs in studio. When songs come out, we're actually, as an artist, I don't want to listen to that song
Right, you're
anymore
already
because
done
I've
with
listened
it.
to that
Yeah.
song like 1,000 times just to see that everything is perfect. And people keep on asking me that question, like, hey, but you enjoy your songs? And I'm like, I enjoyed those songs before they even
before
come out.
everyone else. Yeah.
So I feel like when they come out, it's now time for you to enjoy them.
And I think enjoy the reaction of everyone.
Yeah, but the best moment ever is having something out of scratch and
it's
being
there.
readable.
Yeah. I want to kind of talk about Nothing, because you talked about, the song going, big and everyone is listening to it, and you're kind of like, I think Nothing is one of those songs that kind of permeated it with people and stayed for quite a while.
Yeah.
how did you feel about that? And also, like the remixes that came from that. Yeah.
So my structure of uh, writing nothing, most times as artists, we never give back to music. Music is always there for us. Music doesn't stop coming to you. Music doesn't stop changing people's lives. Music doesn't stop changing my life as an artist. It keeps on changing everything, and we never appreciate music. So me writing nothing was more of writing about music. The time when I say love flow Mugusai, only just full of vibes. Sunshine, arise, everything for you, sacrifice. Because the feeling as me an artist, the feeling I get when I'm on that microphone, people never know where it starts from, but I'm actually expressing myself. I'm expressing my soul to everyone to feel exactly how I feel. I feel like music is a generation from one soul to many.
Yeah,
and nothing is that song I wrote for music. My love for music.
I think it's one of those that really resonated. Is there a song that you think is underrated? I'll tell you mine. The one that I think is underrated. Like, I feel like it should have been bigger than it was. Me and You. I really like that song. I really love it.
Okay, me and You was, it was on my old album whereby I still like having struggles to push the music. But I love performing Me and You on shows. When I'm performing in the band, I love it too.
It's a good one.
It was actually the biggest song of
the first album. Yeah. Okay. Which song do you think is underrated? Like, you really love it, you finish it and you're like, but it's like people don't pay as much attention to it as they should.
Let me see. It's hard for me to say every song is underrated because I feel like every song just has a different frequency.
Right.
And surprisingly, when you meet different kinds of people,
they resonate with different.
You might meet a person and tells you, I love this song. And you're like, really? You love that song? But I feel like every time we do music, the graph is kind of different for every kind of song. But every song has a frequency. It has people on it. So I wouldn't say it's underrated. It has people vibing to it. If I only see people vibing to it, then that means it's for them.
And on the earlier album, you had a lot more of like the reggae vibe and whatnot. Why did you change?
I had a man once say, every time you think style is the end of your creativity, you're wrong. Style is not the end of creativity. It's just a style. You still have a big space of creating and trying your voice in so many other places, And I feel like music is bigger than that. As an artist, I would want to express myself through a lot of things. It's just a wave where you're gonna float to. Even on this, I think even on this EP, Tutu Mama is like me going too, too hard. And I have Dawa where I'm so calm. And their songs, nothing is also calm. My big voice, I feel like music is supposed to be that kind of way. It's supposed to be a mood. It doesn't have. We don't have to stick on style only, We also have to think out of style. Because style is just a small bit of
the big picture.
Creativity. So
I understand.
I'm on this side of creativity more than focusing on style.
Oh, okay. What other kinds of art inspire you? Whether it's like other kinds of we've talked about the different kinds of music you listen to, but maybe other forms of art. How do they inspire your music?
I I think most of my money would go with collecting like artifacts. I love collecting vintage things. I love art as a person.
Like what? Is it like sculptures? Are you more of like a paintings person? Are you like
Anything.
things?
Anything that is vintage.
Yeah.
It has a story in my head. You know, when I look at it and I capture a story, I would buy it for real.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love maybe if I wasn't into fashion, if I wasn't into music, I'll be an architecture.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay. What kind of buildings do you like?
I love cabin houses.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
like a house.
Very rustic.
I feel like
yeah.
I would really invest in having a cabin house in the woods.
Yeah.
Yeah. Try
Interesting.
to live with nature.
Yeah.
Yeah, try to have that kind of environment. Birds singing.
Mm.
You know, sometimes seeing lions. It's okay.
Until they see you first. Okay. I want to know what's one song of yours that you keep going back to. Like, yeah, you can, have music and you're of course creating more, but like there's always that one that you kind of come back to at the end of the day.
Come back
Yeah,
to like
one.
listen to.
I think listen, also I think resonate with, I don't know.
You know, I feel like if you say songs I listen to a lot of songs that are not yet out. You know?
Right.
Yeah. I feel like at some point I'm listening to this song and I'm wondering how a person is gonna feel about it when it comes out. Yeah.
Is there one that you're excited for?
There are many.
Yeah. Okay.
There are quite many. Yeah.
So we should keep up our Spotify accounts. We wait for what's coming.
Yeah, the album is gonna come out I think next year. I'm planning to really do an album.
Okay.
Yeah, like people having enough to just get into. Yeah.
Okay. What's your current musical obsession?
Current musical obsession.
Like
when it comes to.
What do you really like? Just listen to? What do you love hearing? Is it maybe a genre? Is it a particular like song, album you keep going back to? What are you currently obsessed with?
I feel like I'm not so picky with music. I love giving everything at least 30 seconds. I would say if I would be a music collector, maybe. Yeah. I listen to a lot of genres. In a day, I can listen to over like 7 genres because I just want to pick out from. Today, I'm going to listen to Congolese music. In like the next hour, if I'm in a car, I'm going to put jazz on. Then, if maybe I'm at studio, I'm going to listen to some Afrobeat. So at the end of the day, when I come into the creation of making my own music, like I have a taste already like juggling in my head, so I start from there. But I wouldn't say I have like this is my favorite genre.
There's
but
nothing that's like on repeat
reggae.
For you. Okay.
I love reggae. I love deep roots. The dub, more kind of reggae, the slow reggae, more 60s, 50s, 70s, like vintage. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. Okay. There's something that I keep coming back to whenever I would look at your interviews or read them or watch them. You always credit meditation for kind of getting you into the zone even before you create or go on stage or something like that. When did you start meditating? How did you decide that, oh, this is something that works for me?
Okay, I feel like if you set yourself free, you're already in a state of meditation. Just to live with yourself. It's hard to live with yourself in this kind of world. And when you get that moment, it is so valuable, like to your life. So as I've grown up, let me say I'm an introvert. I love being alone for some reasons. I just want to be alone.
Yeah.
Most of the times. And having struggles growing up, I just got used to being alone, like fighting with everything, which I wouldn't share with anyone. And I kind of had to, in that time of me being alone, I had to find a way of how to calm down everything that was on my, like, in my head.
Yeah.
Work on my mental health. So I just decided meditating and finding my way to freedom, like being free, just setting myself free. I feel like even coming from drums to singing was setting myself free, because every time I would be inside my house and I would write songs and sing them, I'm like,
and you're like, how do
I really sing this song?
Right.
I can't even sing to anyone. But at some point, I just felt like, let me just come out of the shadow. Yeah, so I feel like meditation to me is every day. You know, even when I'm in studio, sometimes I just create beats and just sit back in the couch and let a beat play like for over 10 minutes on repeat.
Yeah.
And I'm just closing my eyes, trying to meditate or bring out the negative energy, because I want to be happy. It's a happy beat, but I need to use the beat to also like heal me in a way. So I get joyful when I'm trying to sing on it.
Yeah. Because I was wondering, is it the kind of meditation where it's like quieting everything that's in your mind, or is it more like you are leaning on a particular, you know, a particular goal, a particular phrase, or something like that?
I feel like our minds are never quiet.
True.
We just need to divide. I feel like we need to divide that rule.
You pick a struggle.
Yeah, you pick where you want to live in your mind.
Right.
We can't take away memories of things that have happened to us, but it's part of us. And to move away from that kind of section takes time, you know.
True.
So when you kind of walk away from that section to this section, then trust me, you're winning, because that's the hardest journey for any person in life. Trust me, you can't meditate when you have this kind of thing over your mind all the time. When you try meditating, it's going to come back. But if this side is stronger than this, then you're going to win.
Right.
You understand?
Yeah.
Sometimes you go in studio pissed about something. Sometimes you go in studio and you're so angry. But at the end of the day, when you listen to a beat, you kind of calm down. You're like, wow, it's a nice beat.
And you get on that.
I need to sing down. You know? And you don't want to even sing about hate or something, or what the thing you're feeling, but you're using the energy from the beat to heal you, so you kind of get happy into the moment. Right. You know? Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I think that's a note that we can end on. I think it's something, delving into the spiritual is something that's important for people to at least try and get centered, you know?
I know. I feel like every day I live with my soul more than any other thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for making the time today.
So much.
It was an amazing experience having you on set with us.
I've enjoyed the day as well.
Yeah.